will you say your sound has evolved from what it used to be?
Yes, I would say that, man. Like it has gone through some metamorphosis over the years.
Yeah.
Because from when I look back at my first few songs and the latest ones, there's a whole lot of changes, you know.
Yo, what's up, guys? Your main man here, JayDany. Welcome to the Creative Joint. So in this week's episode, I have a young, super talented musician I met, while he was performing on the show, I think 2 weeks ago, and we thought we should bring him to the show. I'm talking of none other than a singer-songwriter, Oladameji. Yeah. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much.
All right, good to have you.
It's the same here.
Okay, I must tell you, your music is really unique. I was speaking to you off air, and I said how I was listening to music on, while in the car driving to work.
Yeah.
How did you learn to do such music, like not very regular kind of music?
Yeah. The motivation from my sound, my music came from the people I grew up listening to.
Okay.
And I have back in school, I've always loved the strings, even though I had never known anything about it. I love the string and I love music that are based on acoustic sounds.
Acoustic sounds. Okay.
So I listen to a whole lot of them, the Ed Sheerans, the Passengers, and all of that. So they actually contribute to crafting my sound, in some way. Yeah.
Amazing. So that means it's safe to say that your guitar actually has influenced your music as well.
Yes, for sure. For sure. It did really, because I got my first guitar 2014. It's been 10 years now.
Okay.
And I start composing song around that same time. So most time I just probably like a rhythm and I tend to want to sense the emotion that rhythm is giving. Yeah. And I try to write according to what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling. Okay. So it has basically been
the guitar with song.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's also safe to say that you have to have a rhythm and melody on your guitar first before you write, or does it work vice versa? You can always have maybe a lyrics and then find a rhythm to read on the guitar. How does it work?
Yeah, over the years now, I had some, it has been dynamic. It's not just that.
Okay.
But even though I started off with, playing around, finding a progression that sounds good, and wanting to. Sometimes, at some point, I probably feel something. It could be by reason of an experience, or a third party's experience, or something I really caught, and I want to make them into music. So it came at some point in the journey. I went from there to there. Then also, progressing, then I could probably listen to a beat.
And then you write the lyrics to it.
I just vibe to it. I listen properly, then sense, it's just basically that.
So you're really dynamic, there's no particular rule that you can stick to.
Definitely.
Okay, amazing. Talk to us about your songs. How many songs would you say you have right now professionally as a recording musician? How many?
Okay, right now, the music that I have out there, up to 8.
8 singles.
8, yeah.
Okay.
One of
8
them.
album or single.
No, one is a.
As you're laughing, okay.
One is a 6-track project.
Okay.
And the other 2 are singles.
6-track project. What was that?
EP project.
That's an EP. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So in all of this project, which one would you say you can relate with the most? Like it's your most relatable sound?
I would say my EP, really.
Okay.
Because my EP, it's vast in the degree of sounds and genre.
Okay.
In there you could find a indie folk sound. You could find Afro soul. Yeah. And a little bit of Afro pop, that kind of. So it's really, there's a whole lot of message to be heard from there, because I consider myself a storyteller, and I was expressive in that project. So it took, a lot of effort to put it together. So that's really something.
Yeah, that's the one that stands out the most for you. Interesting. How would you want to describe your music? If one is to ask, what kind of music does Oladameji, is he into? How would you describe your music?
Okay, so my sound, if I'm to use a phrase, I would refer to journey into emotions.
Okay. Like we're talking of genre now. Genre. Your kind of genre that you would want to classify your music. Because I listen to, it's not like, of course, we're Africans. That's why the Afro is always having to come in, right? Afro then attached to something.
Yeah.
So what would you want to attach your own Afro kind of music to?
Okay. So because over the years I've been really experimental, and even though I started off with Afro soul, then I did quite a number of amapiano too. They are unreleased yet though.
Oh, okay.
The whole mix-up, I would call it. It was introduced to me by a friend, a senior colleague in the industry.
Okay.
By name Mr. Oluwasomi, and he was like, "Your sound, all of what I'm hearing, sound is so enticing, and I think you should call it Afro Entice." So since then, I've been like, okay, I think that's like good name to call everything.
Okay, Afro Entice.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really new and unique. Of course, you might just be the first to propagate that, another musician. Interesting. Talk to us about how you balance the pressure of being famous. You could, like we say in Nigeria, to blow. Are you under any form of pressure to like blow? And how do you balance that pressure with, staying creative as a musician?
Well, the pressure is there. It's so visible. We can feel it. We can even see it. It's not easy around this time and age to be an upcoming artist.
Yeah.
There's so many expectations. Does not in any way reduce the expectation that comes from home.
Yeah.
Or that comes from the society.
Yeah.
Especially a man. In whatever unique situation. So I would say the pressure is there.
Yeah.
But
does that influence your creativity and your being inspired to put out music?
Yeah.
At some point.
Some point, it did.
Okay.
But I try to call myself to order, because people hear my song and be like, "Oh, your song is lovely, but it might just not be perfect for Nigerian market."
Okay.
And at some point, I was trying to tailor my lyrics to satisfy the general audience.
Yeah, like the international market.
Exactly, like what people listen to amapiano and all of that.
Yeah.
I was trying to be experimental about those things because I feel like they will be generally accepted.
Yeah.
Then along the line, I found out that people tend to lose the authenticity, trying to satisfy a wider audience and trying to engineer it to fit, using the terms and all of that.
Yeah.
So I had to call myself to order and try to stick to my own core sound.
Okay.
So that's the way it has affected me recently, really.
Of course, because I truly understand the pressure is really real. And whenever we get to ask any musician that, I just want to specifically hear how you are handling it, because I know it's really real.
Yeah,
the pressure of, this song, you go blow this one. Is this going to be the hit song that will make me, the superstar that, I'm truly hoping. But we know that if you're truly focused and determined like you have been, you would always find a way around it.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your inspiration. What would you say inspire you the most to write music and put out sound?
My own life has always been, like the canvas that I, the blank canvas that I try to be creative upon, using what I have, which is my everyday experiences and all of that. And especially when I feel is relatable, that's mostly my drive. And sometimes it comes from a angle of a third party, somebody else, that that I connect with, and I understand what they're going through, and I just try to be creative around that to like tell a story, you know. And
can you give us an example of maybe a situation or maybe an environment that inspired one of your current songs that you have?
Okay, there is this one song. Is not out yet though.
It's fine.
But I called it Love Story.
Okay.
So it's a story of two.
It seems Ola is in love. I see how you're smiling. Maybe Ola, have you been in love?
Well, love is beautiful.
Love is God, of course. Love is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a story about two teenagers back in school. They love themselves and they splitted ways, and it's a love story that really didn't end well.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, it's a story. It's a whole journey. In fact.
Okay. Yeah. Amazing. Because I know most people actually are like this freestyle kind of musician.
Yeah.
They say, let me just go to the microphone, of course. But I know musicians like yourself are actually very particular about what they say in their songs. So that comes from a place of motivation. There's something that can motivate that, you know, and inspire that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your sound. Would you say your sound from when you started till now, there's been an improvement, like when it comes to your sound? Will you say your sound has evolved from what it used to be?
Yes, I would say that, man. Like it has gone through some metamorphosis over the years.
Yeah.
Because from when I look back at my first few songs and the latest ones, there's a whole lot of changes, you know, and a lot of reiteration. You know, sometimes I have to go back to the old songs and trying to, you know, make it sound, you know, it has had a huge, you know, leap of change.
Amazing. So let's talk about challenges, especially as an upcoming musician in Nigeria. You know, I always want to hear this, especially from upcoming musicians. What would you say is the most pressing for you?
As an upcoming, in a country as Nigeria, that is, you know, there is so much. Is it congestion now? I think that's the word. Congestion and saturation.
Yeah, saturation
of upcoming art. You know, trying to push, you know, this same set of audience, trying to push the same, you know, different contents and all of that. So one major challenge is as a result of funding, really. Yeah. Because the big guys with the big bags.
With the big bags,
they have their structure. They have their structure right, and they actually have their way into working with you know, every industry executive and putting their own artists in the faces of the audience, and it's more challenging to upcoming artists because as we are expected to do as much as these big guys do
with their
and, you know,
shows,
exactly,
big
like
events,
and you know, they're neglecting the fact that we are upcoming, and a number of us have not really made as much in the music itself, in the product, and we're just pushing, but we still, you know, need to. So the major challenges is
funding for you.
It's funding, really.
Okay. The side funding. What else?
Side funding, that would be my sound, and getting people's attention. To it, you know.
But of course, rightly so. You would know that funding goes a long way, especially how do you get your sound to a wider audience? It's fun, right? These days we're talking about promotional content like music videos. A proper music video costs like a whole lot right now. So then you're talking about promotion on digital platforms, or, you know, on major, you know, TV channels and radio stations and all, you know, all that. So funding, I think, is a major one.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Oladameji, we're definitely going to continue with most of this, and I'm loving your energy, calm, subtle, loving spirit, and
Thank you.
You know, we wish you nothing but the very best, you know, which is what the show is known for. So, but before then, we're going to go into a quick game segment. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I need your energy up now.
All right.
Slap yourself if you have to. Okay, the show is called the Quick Fire Game segment. It's a quick 60 seconds game. That means in 60 seconds, you're going to attempt to answer as many questions as possible.
All
right. The only rule here is that if there's any particular question that you're not very comfortable with, or maybe you can't find an immediate answer to, you can say pass.
Pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the only rule, and that's the only time when you say pass that we can move to the next question.
Okay.
All right, guys. So I am here with Oladameji. All right. He is a singer-songwriter. He is such a smooth musician. I must tell you, I love his kind of music, and I love his energy. His music is not regular, so if it's something that you are into, which you should, of course, it's a beautiful content, because if we love it here on the Creative Joint, that means it's good enough. So truly check out what he does. Check out his social media platforms, and just ask him on what way I go find your song, and it will hook you up. All right, now, are you ready now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so your time starts now. If you weren't a musician, what career would you be chasing?
Medicine and surgery.
Okay, in 3 words, what's a typical day in the life of a singer-songwriter like yourself?
In 3 words, that's content.
It has to be fast.
Content.
Yes.
Meditation and creativity.
Okay, in all of your songs, which of them do you feel proud the most?
That would be Love Story.
Okay, what's a hidden talent you have that fans might not know about?
I'm a great listener.
Okay, if you had to describe your music in 3 words, what would they be?
Authenticity, genuineness, and passionate.
Okay, what's your favorite Yoruba parable that you like to use in any of your future songs?
Okay, that's Adun Longbenye Wuro.
Okay, if you could open a show for any artist in the world, who would that be?
That would be Maru. I have a great obsession on her.
Okay, do you prefer recording in a studio or performing live on stage?
I prefer both. Both is good, really.
Okay, who's the biggest musical influence you have in Africa?
In Africa, that would be Wandiko.
Okay, what's the most random place you've ever written a song or come up with an idea of a song?
From my dream.
Your dream, amazing. Yeah. How do you celebrate after releasing a new song or project?
Just chill with family, I guess.
Okay. What's one Nigerian food you can't go a week without?
Oh, beans and dodo.
Okay. What's something you're passionate about outside music?
And that's creativity and setting things up, organization.
Okay, organization. What's the best piece of advice you've received from someone in the industry?
Yeah, don't wait for the perfect time. Just do it. Create your perfect time.
Okay, interesting. All right, amazingly, you've been able to clear the questions, and you're going to see how many.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you've been able to get correctly there. Hopefully, still within the time frame. Who would you say are your biggest influences? Of course, we've mentioned briefly here. Yeah. Like in music, we know as creative, we don't just create from thin air. We like get inspiration and ideas from other people. Who would you say these people are for you? Maybe 1 or 2 in Nigeria or abroad?
Yeah, in Nigeria, I'm heavy on Wandiko.
Oh, okay.
Even people that know me, right, that know me growing up, they know I'm so crazy about him.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to it. I'd met him, but we didn't really have that interaction. But anyway, I really look forward to him because his music, his melody, I think he's the father of melodic music in Nigeria, right? So that would be Wandiko. Internationally, that would be Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
James Arthur.
Let's talk about your songs and your writing. Would you say you find it easier to write from personal experiences or from like fictional? Because there are some writers that are very gifted with crafting these fictional stories, and it looks so real at some point. Would you say yours, you can dabble into both worlds or so?
Yeah, I would say I think the best of the idea of art, right?
Yeah.
Music as an art is, even as much as we are putting experiences, to add in some metaphoric ideas to it, make it a little like put people in some state of imagination. So something fictional too. I think altogether in the blend that would be a nice one. Okay. And over time, I tend to try to mix both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So. But what comes really easy for me is experience, really.
Experience.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you've been able to perform, like on some couple of stages as a musician right now, right? Of course, which is where we met you. Met you performing as a musician, and we really love your kind of music and what you're doing. What would you say right now is like your biggest stage or the biggest platform you've ever been on right now?
Okay, the biggest stage that would be Live Sport X Entertainment Week.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
here in Lagos.
Yeah, in Lagos.
Okay.
I was privileged to mount the stage sometime last year, December, and that's my biggest exposure, to
so far,
number of audience. Yeah.
So which we know definitely with this kind of talent, that would be like the smallest in a couple of months.
By God's grace.
It's going to happen. Grace. Look, we have a saying on the show, if you can dream it, it's possible.
Yeah.
So with the current state of things, in the Nigerian music scene, I am of the opinion that the space doesn't really support and promote, up and coming creatives.
Yeah.
And which I truly believe that you agree. What would you think can be done, or what do you think can be done differently, to change, the lot of, young and upcoming creatives that are really, really talented?
Yeah, right. I think anybody would give an answer, right, to like giving them more platforms.
Okay.
For instance, there are several platforms now that an upcoming artist could probably perform.
Yeah.
In fact, they bring up the publicity and stuff, like enroll, and before you know it, they're asking you to pay as an upcoming artist, right?
Exactly, that happens every now and then. Yeah.
So if opportunity, by the reason of vetting them somehow and knowing that they suit your
they really merited, yeah.
Exactly, and suit the kind of role, the kind of what the shows is all about, and give opportunity to this art.
Yeah.
It would really help. It will help them connect and even grow independently by that way. And most of the big funds, the big funds from even outside the country are still earned by these big guys. There's little or no room for we are the lower side of the chain to really get any of those things. Until. And the what's it called? The competition is so vast.
It is really crazy.
Yeah,
it's really crazy. So your wish is that there could be like more platforms to open up for credible young musicians, not just people that don't merit it. Because truly, of course, credibility is everything.
Yeah,
amazing. So talk to us about your dream collaboration, because every musician, especially in the era we live in, and we truly understand that collaboration can actually spike your career to a certain level, right? Are there such dreams and hopes for you as a musician? Any dream collaboration?
Yeah, a number of them. First off, okay, let me start from Nigeria, since we are in Nigeria.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would love to work with Thames. I would love to work with them.
Yeah.
I would love to work with Davido as well. Davido, Thames.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of both.
They're international superstars, of course.
Superstars. I would love to work with Chris Brown. I would love to work with Maru. Maru is my, she's like my crush.
I know.
Anyway.
Okay. So your fans just going to know that. So if they want to see eyeing you somewhere, they already know you already have a crush. Right. They come out their hand. Interesting. Okay. So this is actually a platform where, of course, people will also get to know you and get into your personal space. And I think we're achieving just that. Talk to us about, as a musician, what do you aim to achieve? We're not talking about blowing now, right?
Okay.
As we say in Nigeria, blowing, okay? What's your aim of writing a song or putting out a music whenever you're set to release a project? What do you hope the song would do to your listener and lovers of your music?
Really, to be honest, right? If you had asked it in the direction of blowing, I would still give the same answer.
Okay.
I'm really passionate about singing, like writing music that people can connect with.
Okay.
Not. We don't even need to be in contact or
your music is your contact, it's your tool.
That
music is
something
tool.
that could always spark a an emotion can always send them back somewhere, can really affect them somehow. Good.
Amazing.
You know, that's all I
music
aim
that
for.
Impact.
Exactly.
Amazing. And I think that's a good dream, all right? Which, of course, we know this era people are just about, especially, sadly so, in the era of music we live in. People say, like, once the beat is banging, it's slapping hard, you know, leave whatever you're saying.
Exactly.
And, well, it's amazing to see that you see it differently, and which is what it's supposed to be. Of course, there's a place to dance, there's a place to vibe, but there's a place to also listen to what the music is talking about.
And there's a place to have both of them intertwined. Like,
of course, mixed together and also listening.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, talk to us about any current project that you're currently dealing with and you can't wait to share with your fans.
Yeah, I recently, okay, it's not yet out, so it's going to be out in like a month.
Okay.
So Nile is the title of the project. It's
a single or?
It's a single.
Okay.
The single.
Okay. Interesting.
And it will be out very soon. And it's a romantic love song.
Okay.
Pretty, sound good, trust me.
I can imagine. And with the ones we've heard so far, they're mad, and so we can believe that this one is gonna be like the height to be.
Definitely.
Okay, where can we find your songs? Of course, like fans are, really into Oladameji now and they love everything about you. They want to go check out your songs, and where can we find your songs?
Yeah, you could find it on most of the streaming platforms, if not all.
Okay.
Spotify, Deezer, Audiomack.
Yeah.
Boomplay, all of those stream platforms. All you got to do is search for the name, right? So my name is Oladameji, right? I just change
your music name.
Yeah.
Okay.
A I to a. So that's Oladameji. Oladameji.
Okay.
So yeah, search on all of this platform and you get to see my project.
Amazing. All right, here on the show, we actually support and push really talented musicians, and we believe you're one of them. So here we can wish you nothing but the very best in all that you do.
Thank you so much.
Just keep moving. It can be hard sometimes. I know that, because while we've all been there, we see how it is. So it will be rough at some point, but if you keep going, you'll get to where you can find it.
Definitely.
All right, thank you for coming on the show, right?
Thank you so much.
Amazing conversation. All right, guys, so I've been speaking with Oladameji, all right? He is a singer-songwriter, and he is an incredible musician. I love his style and everything about him. So if you want to see what he does, kindly go, follow him on his social media platforms, reach out to him, ask him like you heard, go stream his songs, and, just support this guy in any way you can. All right, guys, it's been amazing presenting. And if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel and you love this kind of content, as a creative person, musician, record producer, and you want to be on this show, or if you particularly have a creative person out there that you think, we can actually shine our light on, and he's really doing something incredible, come on, guys, just comment and let us know. And you never know, the guy could be next on the show. All right, guys, subscribe to the channel, like the show, do anything you know how to do, just to support this brand. And I can tell you will never regret it. All right, guys, it's been amazing presenting. Your main man here, JayDany. I'm signing out. See you in the next one. Peace out.